Now, what do you do if you're a Japanese bike manufacturer but you're continually being thrashed by an Italian V-twin? Well, if you're Honda, you come up with the VTR SP1, their very own V-twin. And we're down at Harris Performance because Harris are going to be campaigning one of these, or more than one in fact, in British Superbikes this year. But that isn't a simple solution, there's far more to it than that, and Lester Harris is the man who knows. Lester, last time we spoke, which I think was 98 season, you were running Jamie Whittam for Suzuki, now a big change to Honda. And so are you actually running what I would term the official Honda team for British Superbikes?
Yeah, we have a contract with Honda UK to run the VTR in its debut season, and they're supporting us with bikes and budget for really quite a high-profile attack on the championship.
Well, I'll say it'd be high profile. I mean, everyone's looking to the VTR to knock Ducati off their top spot, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I think the RC45 has had a good run for its money in World Superbike, but I think Honda are looking forward to a bike which is maybe more user-friendly for private teams as well as the rarefied factory teams, and consequently I think that's the rationale behind the VTR. So this is very much a development season, but they've put a lot of time and effort into it in Japan before we even get the machine, so we're looking forward to it.
But it's not just the engine, once you've got the engine, you do chassis changes as well, isn't it? The VTR that we all saw at the NEC bike show isn't the one you're actually taking on the track, is it?
Well, the thing is, Superbike is a production-based class, but there are a lot of changes you can make to the bike. The thing about it is, whilst you can change a lot of the suspension and engine, you have to work within the confines of the original design. But yes, you're right, we do make many changes to the bike.
So giving it a quick run through chassis-wise, I hope to have a look at an engine later, but the rest of the bike, how much do you keep? Do you keep the frame? Is that standard?
You have to keep the frame.
Right.
The frame, the main components you have to keep the frame and the crankcases. And the engine must function in the way that it was originally designed, so you can't do major re-engineering. It's a question of refining those parts within the engine.
And then, I know you were talking, when we were chatting earlier, you were saying about the swinging arm, that's different, you're fabricating different, you're allowed to do that?
Yes, you're allowed to do that. The swing arm, the rear suspension, again, so long as it is the same type of system, you can alter the rocker arm and the linkage system, you can alter the suspension itself, different types of suspension manufacturer. You can change the wheels, the brakes, the front forks. So there is a lot of scope actually.
All the bodywork's different.
All the bodywork. The bodywork will all be lightweight carbon fibre, fuel tank will be aluminium instead of steel. So we are looking to bring the bike down to the FIM minimum weight limit, which is 162 kilos, because obviously that's the easiest way to tune a bike.
Yeah. Now, being down in your engine room, it's opportune because talking about tuning, most people think of engines when you're tuning. You were really talking about sort of chassis there and whatnot, weren't you? But this engine is the standard VTR SP1, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Honda flew over 4 standard bikes for us so that we could do some preparatory work before our race kits arrive. And really what we've done is we've taken the bikes to pieces, taken the engines to pieces, had a good look at them so my engineers can familiarise themselves with the way the stock bike works, and then we'll be in a better position to start work when the race stuff arrives.
Well, looking over on this bench, I must say I was distracted by these beautiful Öhlins forks. So, does this come as a sort of a Honda recommended kit that you do use Öhlins? I mean, do you have a choice in this? Or
well, we do. I mean, our contract with Honda allows us to make a choice for all the cycle parts.
Can I pick these up?
Certainly.
Yeah.
And our view really is that Öhlins are, for a team like us, they are the best forks to use. There's no doubt about it. We have a wealth of experience with Öhlins forks. They are widely used in World Superbike by all the leading teams. And
you nearly said that the dogs do that, didn't you? But you
well, I just stopped myself. But everything, the braking system, the wheels.
What brakes? I see the AP Racing calipers. 6 pots. Look at these, folks. You'd love a set of these, wouldn't you? Eh? I'm sure Lester will do you a deal. But I mean, they weigh just absolutely nothing. You can hold those on a little piece of cotton. But
yeah, it's a superb
stuff.
braking system. We've used AP for many years, and this is their latest Grand Prix or World Superbike brake system.
Yeah.
And
fully floating disc. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're cast iron discs. In Superbike, carbon discs are outlawed. So these really represent state-of-the-art braking.
Yeah. Just the stuff that our young Sean and Shane, 2 names, your 2 riders, Sean Emmett and Shane Byrne. It's going to be difficult, isn't it? Sean, Shane, but there we are. Then you got the other AP kit. Your own, are these your own manufacture, the rear sets?
Yes,
Yeah.
well, these aluminium components here are things that we intend using on the bikes. In fact, the footrest assemblies you see here are just for development purposes. Both our riders are new to these bikes. When we do our initial testing, we'll be using adjustable footrests to try and make them as comfortable as possible on the bike. Then they will be superseded by fixed, lighter footrest plates, which are just in each rider's desired position.
Oh, so this is just like a tailor would do then? This is the pin and tuck business, is it?
That's it.
Get them right, and then, so it's very expensive business. And these beautiful yokes as well. That's the standard VTR?
That's the standard VTR road bottom yoke. I mean,
big forging,
perfectly adequate for the road, quite a good job. But for racing, we need more rigidity and more adjustability.
Yeah.
And this type of yoke allows us to alter the offset, which alters the trail, which alters the way the bike steers.
Are you doing that because you've got an eccentric centre pin
That's
there?
right,
Yeah,
yes.
right, which is sort of standard practice. And
That's
the same
right.
with the top yoke there.
Yes.
It's, again, really lightweight. And this is where your effort goes into getting that last ounce of speed out.
It's a question of looking at every aspect of the bike. Weight saving and attention to detail over the whole bike is the way to make a winner.